Yo, y'all already know what it is. It's me, Tri-Town Tory, that Tory Northwest, coming to you live from the Northwest. And I got my man right here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
My name is Marvin. I am a rapper, New York Times best-selling author, and a producer. Only two of those are a lie. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And yes, the two of those that are lies we won't be talking about today, but we will be talking about your production skills, because I'm gonna tell you what, this man right here has created some of the most iconic Northwest instrumentals that you would not know that he was behind if you didn't know that he was the producer behind the credits. So with that being said, I kind of want to start this off by kind of telling you what I remember of the early days, as far as when I first met you and when I realized that you were definitely not somebody to play around with. You put a lot of focus into the detail, and you were able to replicate. That's how I'm gonna start this off. What I knew about you is that you had such a keen ear and eye for instrumentals, for producing, that you could replicate something that you heard. And I remember the Soulja Boy beat. Okay. There was a Soulja Boy beat. I forgot what the song was called, but when I heard that shit, I was like, "Holy fuck, this shit is hard!" Like, I want to do a song over this, but we weren't able to find it on YouTube back then. So I brought it to Marv, and this was around the Seeing Sounds era. If anybody is familiar with the Seeing Sounds era, and I'm not talking about Pharrell and the Neptunes, I'm talking about Gucci, I'm talking about Lottie Dottie, I'm talking about, who else was in that?
Hard hitters.
Of course, the hard hitters, right. And G-Loc and Hustley even come from that lineage too, as well. So the Seeing Sounds time period was really special for us, because it was really the birth of everything that's going on right now. I think that was the start of the new wave, the new era, the new generation of rappers that were coming out of the 509 at that time period. Because you have a divide from, I won't disrespect anybody and call them old heads, but there's a traditional, older sound that was predominant prior to a batch of the new younger artists that really came around at the turn of the decade, 2009 going into 2010. And this time period that we're speaking to in particular, the one when I first met Marvin, it was about 2010 going into 2011. I realized that this guy right here was a really talented producer, and I liked him as a person too, because he was very funny. And not only that, man, he just had his shit going. It just reminded me of me at a younger age. So I just felt that we could always meet on a certain level outside of music. So it allowed us to be friends as well. I remember you taking that Soulja Boy beat and say, "Let me see what I can do with it."
Drake.
And yeah, no shit, right? And not only that, you actually did the beat harder than the fucking beat.
That's what I do.
I loved it, because that allowed us to do one of the hardest fucking songs that we did. And I remember like it was yesterday. I needed a song. People know me from back in the day as being a beef artist.
Okay, Bowser
Vic was definitely a beef artist, because if you had issues with me, I came back harder. I never started beef with people just to start beef with, but I was definitely defending myself. So I had been like 2-0, 3-0, and I was just ready for whoever wanted the smoke next. And that's something that everybody always realized about my energy, is that I was always really ready to welcome whoever wanted to take my spot or didn't want to give theirs up. And I remember I needed a record, and I was like, "Mars, I need you to do this." And you were Captain Mars at the time. Yeah. So I was like, "Man, blast off in your fucking spaceship, bring me back this joint right here." And when you did, I snapped. I remember the verse still to this day of how that song went. It was like, hitters crossing different regions like the fucking latitude. You remember? Rappers try to emulate but lack my sort of magnitude. 808'll break your face since 1988. Your boy's been spitting with razor blades. Don't you hate my attitude? You know what I'm saying? Like, see, that was when that shit came out. I remember other rappers were trying to make fun of the delivery or the word choices on a couple of songs they released after. like almost to like mock or kind of send a sneak diss towards me. But the funny thing is, like, I see everything. So yeah, I saw that, but it wasn't because it was good.
Well, I remember like the first time I was like really wowed by your lyrics is when you used the word napalm. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is a napalm? I didn't know what a napalm was.
Yeah, what was
that
that
was like
bar?
a sex on the beach type drink.
Do you remember what the bar was?
Napalm. Something about coming in like a napalm or something. Napalm grenade or something.
Yes. See, because we had a bunch of songs we were doing back in the day that you had in the archives and released later. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was on something or maybe around that time period. Yeah.
Came into the booth with like war paint on.
Exactly.
A little fucking canteen of water.
Just ready.
Yeah.
So check this out. I always knew that Marv was my wartime producer. If I ever needed somebody, if I needed to get a message out, I would run and get an instrumental from Mars, and then I would put it out, and the song would have so much impact. If you look at the records that we've done, let's talk about some of the records we've done. Protect Your Neck. That one, Protect Your Neck, became a very prophetic song because I was talking to the kids of the 509 and whoever listened to me, like the music community, and I was trying to explain a story of how it takes so long to get to where I'm at. And also I talk about how I was there where they're at. And I describe it in a way where they can relate to me because I talk about the sense of humor that I have now towards how corny I felt back then. You know, when it comes to getting up on stage and all these things. But I did it in a cool way to kind of make you feel comfortable to relate to it. So, but one thing that I said on that record that came to be really interesting was the Tri-Rack line. Where I say, back before these kids tried to label us as Tri-Rack, I had to book my show on a broken table with the small crack. So I had the futuristic vision. I predicted that people were going to try to paint the Tri-Cities as something harder than it actually was. And I knew they were going to do this because I saw how the kids were talking on the social media platforms. And I'm making myself sound older than I am. But I've always been keen to seeing detail in what people put out online. I can read between the lines better than I can read a book.
Well, I mean, it even goes back to what we were saying before. Like, with the internet, you can be anywhere. So it's like, you know, if it's, you know, popping in Chicago, you know, what's going to stop the kids from doing it here and trying to, you know, emulate what, you know, they're doing over there.
Exactly.
And then they hop in their mom's fucking sedan, go back and drink their fucking bottled milk, go to sleep, and, you know, resume 5th grade the next day.
See,
fucking psychos. my bad. Protect your kids.
I really believe that you're a similar thinker to me because you could see where I was going with that when I wrote that. But also when we're describing it now, you can also see why that worked. Because people are followers. Monkey see, monkey do. If I see that Toronto or the UK or somebody has a sound that's popping, I want to be the first guy who ever does a song to that where I'm from. Because off rip, you get a certain respect for doing a good song on a trend that washes the fact that you're actually being a follower. Let me give you an example. There's the CJ fucking whoopty. I'm addicted to blue cheese. You know that fucking joint?
No, I don't.
Okay, it's a drill song. It's blowing the fuck up. Like, it's blowing up huge. And it's a drill song, like the sound that Pop Smoke brought to popularity, right?
It's like that, I think the style of it is kind of like a trap beat, but I think the difference is where the snare hits. Mm-hmm. So it's not like on the bar, it's like an offbeat, which makes it different. So I mean, I don't know if that's
you're talking about the overall style.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because there's an off. It's like an off count to the
boom, boom, boom. Instead of, I don't know. It's not gonna make sense anymore.
It's like tat 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 tat.
Yeah. It has like a little bounce
tat,
to it.
Tat 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 tat.
So it's like
it's offbeat.
It's like, you know, a trap. Imagine Jeezy. A dancing Jeezy is what
Okay.
like a drill beat is, you know. Imagine Young Jeezy dancing.
Okay, visually, I got what you're saying.
Yeah. Even Pop Smoke had a dance, right?
Right.
So
it's very danceable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
As a swing to it.
Actually, his dance became more popular, or almost as popular as he was after he died.
And the Macarena. I googled it.
This thing is gonna have me doing the Macarena to his beats right now. Okay, so I say all that to say that people are followers at the end of the day. So protect your neck.
Okay.
Was me being the opposite of a follower. Because if I was a follower, I would try to make something look cool and sell it to you like it was my product so I could benefit off of your confusion. Because that's what's cool.
Yeah.
What's cool is to pump people with hot air and watch them deflate while your pockets increase. That's what's going on in the game. So I never wanted to be that kind of artist. I always wanted to tell you stories that either gave you something to reflect on or motivated you to do something with your life. And a lot of times, I would say that the ratio between being real and being fake when it came to my songs is about 85 to 15.
And I think like if you like printed a paper, you know, or like took some lines out of your songs, like just random songs, and I'm pretty sure people are gonna think like, oh shit, that's, you know, some type of song, you know, like that Black Thought or, you know, Killer Mike wrote.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like just breaking it down and, you know, actually like listening to lyrics, I think is important. I mean, personally, like when I listen to a new song, I mean, I don't know if this is even the same topic anymore, but like the first thing I listen to is the beat. I don't listen to lyrics, nothing. I don't listen to the beat. And then, you know, the second time around, I'll start listening to lyrics and stuff like that. I'm bad at lyrics, but I mean,
I'm the same way with
once you listen to it, like it's like a treasure hunt, kind of like, oh shit, little gems here and there.
How much time do you give the beat for it to affect you, like before you change it?
I mean, if it's just like a loop, it's probably like simple, you know. Like my beats that I make, they're probably like 1 minute 30 seconds to 2 minutes, you know.
Okay, but like
short.
when you're listening to like an artist, like when you're streaming their music, before you change an album, like you're listening to the album, brand new album, and before you change the song and go on to the next one, how many seconds are you going to give it before you deem the beat whack? Or
it's probably within 10 seconds. Like, not to like shit on like Logic, but I liked his last album a lot. But there's one song on there. It's like, why the fuck is he rapping on this beat? But I think the song is like a two beat song, so it'll switch up to the second half.
Okay.
But the first beat, what I'm thinking is that like that was one of the first beats he made, and so he was like, oh, it'd be cool to rap on it.
Ah, okay.
But that beat sucks.
What if he made both of them? He's trying to show his contrast between good and bad beats.
Nah, he should have said that then. He should have said that. He should have, you know,
I'm not going to shoot him any bail.
Yeah.
If he didn't do it, then he didn't do it.
Nah. I'm looking at the credits now.
What do you think about artists who do beats they change up?
I like it. It's like a story kind of. Like what I like to do is like try to do like almost like an intro beat, if that makes sense, but it's a beat, you know, you can rap to the intro and then like it'll change up. I mean, the drums are gonna change, you know, even maybe a couple sounds or two. But I think like, what's that guy's name, the Black Eyed Peas guy?
Black Thought?
No, what's his
Questlove?
name? No,
I'm thinking the Roots. Black Eyed Peas.
What's his name? Will.i.am.
Will.i.am.
Yeah, I think he broke it down to like he was doing it on one of those last couple albums. He was saying that it was called, like, he was deeming it like a beat construction or something. And I think like I don't know, it's one of their more famous songs that there's two styles in one song, and I think that's what he was trying to do, to make it like a thing.
Okay.
So I said,
because you remember when it was a trend, right? You remember when Timberland was doing that with Justin Timberlake?
Okay, yeah. Was it
Sex Sounds or some shit? Futuristic Sex Sounds?
Breaking a fucking fishbowl. I don't know. Yeah.
I have an interesting take on those. I think that is I don't want to say a genre, but it's a thing, like where the beat changes.
Yeah.
And And either there's an element of the first part of the beat that takes a more predominant role.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a synth that kind of playing in the background in the first part of the beat. And then let's say that the beat changes tempo. The 808s get heavier, more spaced out.
Like that one Meek Mill song, that intro, or the Dreams and Nightmares.
Dreams and Nightmares.
That's perfect.
Okay, my great example is Kanye West. Is it Niggas in Paris?
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
Where it's like that static snare.
Yeah. That is the ultimate beat-changing beat for me. Because to hear Niggas in Paris basically be a parody. That whole song is a parody. That song is so brilliant. It's so fucking brilliant because it's a parody. The beat is like it's supposed to be like a circus sounding, it's supposed to be like a joke kind of sound.
Yeah.
Like they're making fun of the sound that was big at the time.
Yeah.
But they were styling on it because they were doing the Jay and Kanye thing over it. But then when it changed into this big like opera sounding, like that was the throne sound. That was the Watch the Throne sound. Because if you look at the aesthetics in the album cover and the lyrics that they were bringing and the art, that was the Watch the Throne
sound. It's like luxury rap. I think that's what they said.
Yeah. You know what it was like? Niggas in Paris is literally the wolf in sheep's clothing.
And because it unveils itself at the end.
It unveils itself. And that's when you hear Kanye saying some of the most epic fucking... the whole song is trash until you get to the very end of the fucking song. I think. Where Kanye said... Because he's saying... You know what I feel like? I feel like Jay and Kanye were at the top of the world. And they were looking down at the world. And what they were expressing was the way that they felt.
You know, you think about it, it's like... They even had a skit. Not a skit, like a movie quote in there, right? Mm-hmm. In the beginning of the song.
Yeah, the fucking, it's provocative.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I see what the message they're trying to put in, but it's like,
it was a troll.
Yeah, it's like trolling now. Because now you think about it, it's like, well, you didn't have to add that, you know? Like if you were not playing around, and then it's like added a weird part of a weird movie.
The niggas in Paris.
Yeah.
They're trying to tell you like, hey, nothing to see here. Just a couple niggas in Paris.
Yeah, wildin'.
Just that sentiment right
That's
there.
That's the circus.
That's the circus.
Yeah.
The circus is that they're like they want to play with the fucking. Yeah. They want to like put the fucking on the table.
They got the revenge though.
The revenge is the wolf.
Well, the revenge is, didn't they rob Kim?
I'm just joking. That's a deeper, darker criminal link.
No, I'm just joking.
No, but what I want to tell you about this wolf, we'll leave the wolf concept in a second.
Okay.
But the sheep in the wolf clothing is literally how Jay and Kanye made it to where they went to. Because they're the wolves that had to dress up like sheeps. So the niggas in Paris is really the niggas in music. They made billions off of telling people we're just niggas. And
that's deep.
That's deep. Yeah. Because if us as people are ever going to realize what's going on a huger level, we got to understand what's being fed to us on a subliminal level.
Yeah.
And Kanye and Jay understand that so much that they get drunk off of their own influence and then they forget what they are actually supposed to do. This beat's hard.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is a sick beat. So, Niggas in Paris really gives you an insight because it's one of those songs that gets drilled in your head on purpose. The way that they performed it back to back to back.
I think
to
it was
back.
like 17 times.
Yeah, one night it was 17 times, right?
Yeah, that sounds like me, you know.
The reason why I think that they did that is because they were doing an experiment on their crowds.
Okay. I'd be tired of shit 17 times in a row.
Because check this out. It was a form of hypnosis in a sense. Because on the show, if you ever watch their live performance of Niggas in Paris...
It's cryptic.
It's cryptic,
right? A lot
right?
of fucking strobe lights, a lot of imagery, and
it could be hypnotic, entrancing like style of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So to hear the music, to hear the lyrics, to be entranced in the moment, that was the overall goal, and I think they accomplished it. So to get back to what we were
originally
saying, is your ear for producing is really, really great. I put you in the same sort of thought process as somebody like a Ye. And I have to say Ye, specifically. And the reason why I have to say Ye is because
we're Gemini.
That's possibly it. But the reason why I really feel like it is because of how Kanye went from one point trying to be a rapper, because he was an incredible.
I like this.
He was an incredible fucking producer, but he was trying to be a rapper, and he was not gonna get anywhere.
Shopping beats around.
That's
crazy because I feel like, you know, I'm probably like the hardest rapper without a rapper voice. That's what I think. That's the only thing stopping me. If I had your voice,
no.
If there was two of us,
well, nobody can have my voice. No, but you're right though. Well, check this out. The way you write bars.
That's why they call me Marswell, because my bars are well.
Okay, I rock with it. I fuck.
No, I had a little bar that, you know, I've been working on for a little while. It's, you know, it was like Marswell. That means the bars well. I never play the cards dealt or some shit like that.
Yeah, cards dealt. Cards dealt. Okay.
It needs work, but
okay.
I'm never gonna get it off. You know.
Well, you never know. You never know, because it's very interesting. You gave me an idea, but we'll talk more about that after.
Let's talk ghostwriting. No, I'm just
But okay. So Mars, I remember you for being the guy who can cook with the ingredients that you asked for. You're a chef.
Here's a sample, or this is what I want you to sample.
Yeah, you're the chef, because you were initially the guy who you could bring ideas to, and this guy's gonna give you something either as good as what you were saying or better.
Yeah.
So I've always known that, and I've always kept you in the background as a secret weapon. But it's because you guys, it worked better for you guys to be that way. The Red Shark Gang.
Yeah. Shout out to Ali Nav.
Yeah, shout out to Ali Nav, my cousin. Red Shark Gang. Maybe one day I'll get him in a podcast, but I'm watching him get more and more out of his shell, because he's an artist too. He's a producer and artist.
He's a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Top of
both you niggas are funny. I grew up with him, so I know how funny he is. But you are funny in a different way. Both you guys are funny in different options, in different directions.
Okay,
you guys are the Yin Yang Twins. Well, check this out. If you and him were a rap group that produced,
we'd be like tag team or like crisscross.
Nigga, you guys
like
would you'd be Griselda. I mean, you would just be your own orbit.
Okay.
Because check it out. This is what I think. I think
the
musical industry is the Drake music industry, right next to the Kendrick music industry, right next to the J.Cole industry, and that the J.Cole and the Kendrick industry sometimes fuse.
Yeah, what is that called? Like a fucking... some type of diagram or diaphragm.
Well, it's almost like an economy.
Okay.
It almost is an economy, because you got the Drake economy, you got the Kendrick economy, the J. Cole economy, and then they share fans. They do.
Yeah.
And I got a hot take about J. Cole that I'll say in a second. And then you have the music industry, which is the white music industry, which is your SoundCloud and TikTok exports.
Okay.
Your industry plants, 24K gold or whatever that fucking.
Yeah, what happened to Rory? Remember Rory, that one singer?
Oh,
industry plant shirt, and
that's the old industry plant, and I'll get to that. And then you got the underground.
Okay,
so you have all of these different music industries competing for popularity. They all boil down to two groups, underground and mainstream. It's basically like red versus blue, Republican versus Democrat, in a lot of sense, because a lot of people who are mainstream fanatics don't like underground, vice versa.
Okay.
It's lifestyle, it's a belief system. It really is at the end of the day. So, what I say all that to say this, I say that certain music is going to hit different. But actually, fuck that. I don't want to lose my J. Cole. I don't want to lose my J. Cole take.
Let me write down.
Here's my J. Cole take. I'm going to start it right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. J. Cole piggybacked off of Kendrick's identity.
I even go further. I mean, this is not even J. Cole. This is Logic piggyback all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but wait, I mean, that's
Logic is ditto.
Yeah.
The Pokemon ditto?
Yeah.
Because if he liked something about you, he replicated it.
I feel like we're dissing. My bad.
I don't care if we are. You know what? You want to know why? Because once you reach a certain level, you are not devoid of criticism.
Okay.
You're not. Because once you reach a certain level, I shouldn't be so interested to go at you.
Okay.
Right? But if I do, then you have to be subject to criticism.
Yeah.
And if you haven't reached that certain level and you're being criticized, then it should only promote you.
Well, I feel like the Logic fans are gonna go after me because I brought them up 3 times already. I think.
Well, they might, but then kiss your ass because Logic can't produce like you do.
Okay.
Yeah,
especially that one beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that beat.
So, I think it's interesting that everybody's been waiting for Kendrick to come back, and while they were waiting, J. Cole was doing his best Kendrick impersonation.
Like not dropping anything either, or
no?
Are you talking about like?
I'm talking stylistically. Okay, check this out. Do you see when he started growing his hair out?
Okay.
That is infamous with Kendrick Lamar growing his hair out.
Yeah.
Because Kendrick was the original one who was the depressed artist who, when he got into writing, he would just grow his beard, his hair out, and that was his thing.
Yeah.
He started doing it first. Well, then J.Cole did it too, and he let that fucking shit go. And also, before, he was always a conscious rapper, but he wasn't social activist conscious.
Okay.
The way that Kendrick naturally is. Kendrick can't avoid the fact that he almost reflects a sentiment of Black Pantherism and Pac and Namar, like Shakur, like Kendrick almost comes from the same fabric, and it's because of how he's connected to the struggle. Okay, when I listen to Cole and I see what's going on with Cole, I feel like he's a privileged artist.
I see what you're saying.
Who's almost like, I have to stand up for my people.
It's not the same cloth.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
This is literally, Kendrick is coming from a position of where he feels like he's still deeply entrenched in the struggle, because he's got a level of paranoia that constitutes him being away now.
Yeah.
Because
where he's from, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because he's so used to the devil being around the corner or down the block. He's so used to it, so he's hiding.
Whatever form that takes.
He knows that could happen anywhere at any time for anyone.
Well.
So when Nipsey Hussle dies,
rest in peace.
Right? What do you think goes through Kendrick's mind?
This can happen to me.
This could happen to me. And it can happen to me at home. It can happen to me anywhere. So it makes sense that he's trying to heal himself and try to figure out his woes. He's always been a self-reflective kind of individual. So for him to not be around and for J. Cole to be around, it tells me two things. Cole is more concerned with falling off than Kendrick Lamar is.
Yeah, because there's not that that connection, that true to yourself connection.
Now, right. Yeah, he doesn't identify with the struggle like Kendrick Lamar does. So Kendrick understands that when he comes out, it's gotta mean something.
Yeah.
It can't mean collaborations with this people.
No matter how long it takes.
Yeah.
Because it's been, what?
Yeah.
4 years?
And I have a theory on when he's coming back, too. It's not this year either.
Well, what do you mean? Easter? Not Easter? I was thinking Easter.
No, yeah. I would be upset with him coming back at Easter. Because it would be him doing something that people expect.
What do you think is coming out first? Kendrick or Dr. Dre's Detox?
I think Dre's got something coming soon.
Well, I think so. Like, I just seeing who tweeted it. Is it LL Cool J?
What do you tweet?
Somebody tweeted or posted a picture on Instagram where it said Detox soon or something, or coming soon. Detox.
Recently?
Shit. Yeah.
And it was LL?
It was, I think it was, no, it was him. Or,
I hope he has nothing to do with it. What the fuck you mean LL? What the fuck?
Ice-T or somebody like that.
Oh, Ice-T maybe.
Because it was right after his hospitalization type thing.
You know what I thought was interesting?
His beat is kind of creepy.
His beat's hard. I think it's interesting how Ice-T, people have always associated Ice-T with NWA, even though they had nothing, they weren't really related. It was just a similar time period, right?
Yeah.
Ice-T was actually before. Ice-T, correct me if I'm wrong, or anybody who listens to this correct me if I'm wrong, but Ice-T was one of the first West Coast artists to get love on the East Coast, or just on the mainstream in general.
Yeah.
So for Ice-T to be tapping in with Dre and getting the information out for people, it's almost like it makes sense, dog. It really makes sense because it's like an OG that I've always respected, but we've never really been around each other. And then when I almost die, this nigga comes out of the shadows, almost like a father figure. You know what I'm saying?
It's Darth Vader.
Because think about it. If you're Ice-T and you look at all of these kids that came after you, that made West Coast music, and you saw what they did and what they created, you gotta have some pride in them, even if you even fuck with them or not. I can see Ice-T being like a father figure to some of the father figures, nigga. Like, for real. So
he's probably one of their fathers.
Real smoke. See, whether that's true or not, we'll never know. But at the same time, I think that there's something interesting from what we can see. And Dre could have had Kendrick saying this, or Snoop, or anybody, right?
Someone that's that we think is pretty close. I'm pretty Snoop Dogg's really close.
But since he had Ice-T do it, it shows you something else.
No.
So I forgot where we were going with that in particular.
Well, we just hopped off
J.Cole
Kendrick stuff.
I'll tell you this. J.Cole has always been so talented, but missing something. And I'll tell you why. He blew up by accident.
What do you mean?
He didn't have an idea of where he was going to go with this shit until Kendrick got success with his shit. Because if you remember Cole's Is It a Good Thing? You know, that shit right there?
Yeah.
And then Good Kid, Mad City? Man Down.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That album versus Kendrick's?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You are not going to be around long enough to see his last one.
Well, speaking of Kendrick's first album, I was just watching a video. I think I was talking about it earlier this week about the whole Grammy situation with Macklemore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I seen a video. It was 106 or something like that. That whatever that station is in California.
Okay.
Where like Big Boy's on.
Okay, Big Boy. Yeah.
They were talking about. I'm guessing Macklemore came out. I don't know where it had like a not came out, but like had an interview and shit, saying that
when he came out.
No, that he regrets doing that. I don't know if he said that prior a long time ago, but like
coming
about like
pro gay,
even like texting Kendrick about about getting robbed and stuff like that. Or robbing him from the Grammys or whatever.
Oh.
And
well, after he heard how everybody reacted to him doing that,
yeah, they were saying it's corny and stuff. And if it was, you shouldn't have posted a picture. If you were really sorry, you should have just told him and let it be. Whatever happened.
Yeah, because it was pandering, but then also him posting it.
Yeah, and I think that was But I think recently he came. I don't know what interview it was, but he said that he regrets it. And what do you think about like a situation like say that happened to you? Like say like there's some type of award or like even to like I don't know.
Who am I playing in the scenario? Would I be Macklemore?
No, it'd be Kendrick. Okay. If somebody like either I don't even know. It doesn't even have to be music, but like
honestly, I would watch them like a car crash.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't respond to them. I would just see them in the media kind of just hanging there.
Okay.
Because like Kendrick is the winner in that scenario because even though he didn't get the award, he stayed 10 toes down consistent the rest of his life, the rest of his career.
Well, yeah, like I'm thinking about it right now. It's like I don't ever think he's ever even said like mentioned Macklemore messaging me that I can remember. Like he
never said a
he
goddamn
didn't say
thing.
shit. Yeah.
I think one thing they quoted him when it happened saying, "Why'd you do that? Why did you apologize for this? Like almost saying like you didn't need to do that. Like Kendrick didn't even like accept it. Like he literally just acknowledged it and then kept it moving.
Yeah.
I think that was an attempt of Macklemore trying to be cool with the TDE camp. Yeah. In the future, if they weren't already established. And I don't think also when you do something like that without letting them know prior to, you're almost in the same category as Kanye taking the fucking award from Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Because on the world stage, the Grammys, which is the musical Super Bowl, everybody's watching, and when they see you win an award, feel guilty like you don't deserve the award, try to give it to the artist that you think deserve the award, to me it has a certain stench to it. It makes me feel like you're big enough to do that. Like you can just rewrite the rules on the spot.
Yeah.
Like you really are bigger and better than these artists that you're giving the award up to. And I think that's bullshit.
And even like in
arrogance.
In the message that was posted, it was like he said that it belongs to Kendrick or whatever, but then he explains like why he didn't say that on the stand when he was giving his speech. He said the music cut him off or something. I feel like that'd be the first thing I would say, like this, I don't deserve this. This belongs to Kendrick. Thanks though. Then walk off instead of I mean, I guess it's your moment because you technically won it, so it's like you want to give your thank yous, but if you didn't want it, I mean, not if you didn't want it, but if you didn't like think you deserved it, then why wouldn't you say that?
I have a lot of hot takes about Macklemore.
Okay, hit me with it.
I think that he swagger jacked Kanye West in a lot of ways without ever giving him credit. Let me give you an example. When he first came out with the Thrift Shop fucking song, not only did it sound like the sister song of Gold Digger.
Okay.
She feel my woman when I'm in need. Like you could almost mix the two fucking Johns together. Okay. And then he's coming out being anti-designer with the Thrift Shop, and Kanye was the Louis Vuitton Don. You see what I'm saying?
He's like the 180 version of that.
Yeah, the 180. Okay, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, and then when he did the can't hold us back.
The
instrumentation, the instrumentation, the deeper sounding vocals on the hook. That was a Kanye West attempt. The ding 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 ding. Like that production was like yeah.
And then
was that not a Kanye West attempt?
It kind of reminds me of I mean, I don't know if it was before Power.
Yeah.
Was that after Power? When Kanye put out Power?
Yeah, that was Black Beautiful Twisted.
Yeah.
So
I was like, what?
He was copying an era. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
He was copying an era of Kanye. Because Kanye, when where do we go? Like Kanye has put singers like that. Yeah.
Stunt double or whatever.
Boom.
Yeah. Reference tracks.
He's a sauce stealer.
Okay.
Macklemore is a fucking sauce stealer. He steals sauce, and then he just smiles and fucking white privileges his way through everything.
And it's crazy because, like, I'm a fan of Macklemore, but I see where you're going because it's like you do hear like these just like kind of fuck. They're gonna be like fuck who Logic.
Yeah.
Like you can hear the like the attempts.
Yeah.
Of the styles that they're going for, and it's like I don't even know what to say because it's like.
And you know what's just disgusting too is that like sorry,
this is going on. Disgusting.
Well, you know what's disgusting is that he would jack the sauce from Kanye.
Yeah.
And then shout out Wu-Tang. First of all, the beat that you're rapping to sounds nothing like a Wu-Tang beat.
I can imagine Wu-Tang on it, like a cream version of like a clean song.
Wu-Tang weighs me, yeah! Okay, and then, yo, it's Ghostface, right? I'm gonna take it over from right, like, what? What's the remix supposed to sound like?
Same love.
Right? You shout out Wu-Tang on that song, and then what? What's the remix gonna look like? Raekwon on the fucking beat? No. Okay. So I say all that to say this.
Oh, shit.
You steal sauce, and then you misappropriate the homage.
Okay, yeah.
That's disgusting.
Just throwing a name out there.
You know what that tactic is? It comes off that tactic is to deceive you, to give you the feel that what he's doing is original.
I'm a hip hop head.
Because he's throwing the scent off of where he's stealing the influence, and then putting up a deceptive influential talking point for you to look at. That's like when Drake does it all the fucking time. You remember when Drake had the Dipset Forever?
Okay, yeah.
You remember?
Diplomat, something, immunity or some shit.
Yeah. See, Drake will pick something, he'll name it something, and then he'll add his own vibes to it. But it's not necessarily the right vibe. And then he'll say, that's me. That's sauce. That's sauce that Drake steals a lot of sauce.
Like a controller. I feel like that's that Pop Can guy that he signed or whatever.
Yep. He's even stole sauce from fucking Tory Lanez.
I know it's bad, but I like some Tory songs.
I like Tory Lanez. I don't care whatever. I mean, they tried to cancel him. That shit wasn't even real. Marcus the Stallion.
Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus the Stallion. That shit wasn't even real. He didn't shoot her.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Well, it hasn't came out yet, but I'm on his side.
Yeah.
She's already changed the story up 3 times, but that's another thing.
Yeah.
All right, so Macklemore steals a lot of fucking sauce. Drake steals a lot of sauce. I don't respect artists who are influenced but have no originality to make something their own idea. If you like a movie and you want to create your own movie that's influenced by it, you better not have any of the same identical parts in your stuff.
Yeah.
unless you're trying to pay homage and say this is my own fan fiction version of what I think, it's got to be completely untraceable.
Okay.
It's got to be. And the reason for it, and I know I'm going to get some people who say, well, you're contradicting yourself because just a minute ago you said that Macklemore stole sauce and that he tried to deceive people from knowing that it was yada, 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 right? But what I mean is there's two ways to do this. There is the sneaky trendsetter hype beast way to go about doing it. And then there's the artistic influence way about going about it.
I feel like that's where the sampling, like producer side, falls onto that side. Yeah. Unless you're just straight up like taking that fucking Vanilla Ice thing and it's just saying, oh yeah, we added some hi-hats to it. Literally like lying about it and then admitting to it that like no.
As far as being a producer?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you can do the hype beast way of producing and get certain results. And you can also do the artistic, creative way of doing it and get certain results, but
you got to pay.
But you got to pay. Well, yeah, definitely. So it's just really interesting that we get into this world of stealing sauce because, like you said earlier, the ghostwriting.
And back to like the Chirac, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of full circle here.
Full circle.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Okay, so I made that song that you gave me you named it "Protect Your Neck," did you?
I don't know, but it sounds fire.
You named it "Protect Your Neck."
I'll take the credit.
A lot of times with you, I will leave the beat the same name that you named it, and then I'll write a song to it. Because
it's kind of dangerous. I've seen some wild ass shit.
Well, I like
booty hole ass bitch. Version 1.
Yeah, that's coming next. No, but it's amazing.
OnlyFans, Tory North. That's us.
You got a crazy brain. I'm not gonna let you detract me.
Okay,
you got a crazy brain that when you get excited about something and you name a beat that name,
don't look
and
at
I hear it. Oh, this is the one not to look at in that sense. But when I hear it, I start to see what you saw when you named it. So when I heard "Outside."
That was a name.
Outside.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And "Outside" became my biggest song on Spotify.
Because we outside.
It's my most popular song.
What's crazy is that, your most popular song to this day now is actually what we can't do. What they don't want us to do. We can't be outside.
Maybe that's testament to why it's popping. Yeah. Outside.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
It's interesting. Because it's so okay. Let's look at my biggest songs real quick. Okay, and then we'll get back to where we're going. We got Type of Guy, if we go to the hard hitters.
Okay.
Type of Guy was the biggest hard hitter song that there ever was. It went viral before viral was a thing. On MySpace, I remember it had 60,000 plays on
shit.
Just in 3 months or something. Okay. Just that one song. Okay, Type of Guy people still talk about to this day. And we recorded that on God knows what, acid maybe? Not the drug, but like the software program. Shit. Right? So, I got kids listening to this shit. So I got to be careful. But, okay, so Type of Guy. Then we go down the lineage a little bit. Then we got No Breather, No Water Breaks.
Hard.
Snakes. Money Over Everything.
Okay.
And then You See Me, Leave Eduardo in the Past. Because you could tell that I could tell that it was going to be harder for me to get him in the studio. And then there was a second resurgence of the hard hitters in the scene.
And that's what like Trilloween came out.
And it Can't Stop and all those. Just Say It. That's a hard hitter song. Even though he's not on it.
Just Say It.
You got that. And then the Bowser Vic era. I'm going to tell you what. The Bowser Vic era was literally my mixtape Lil Wayne era.
This is where, like, maybe towards, the middle of that's when I came in. I think I came in, like, when we, met was Twitter. You were working on Twitter Music too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. So you came right after the hard hitter stuff, before the resurgence of the hard hitters for Trilloween, and right when Bowser Vic was picking up the corpse of my rap group, that's when you came into the picture. But the Bowser Vic era was the Lil Wayne mixtape era, because I knew that the only thing that I could do to stay relevant and to make the area exciting and to create hope forward. Because even when I was a kid, I was still trying to make music for kids, for the future. Because I had a vision, and I said, everything that I see out there in the rap world, it's built. And the next guys are going to come and take a piece of what's already built and then build more. But we don't have that going on here. Our culture here is nothing to speak of. It's nothing excited. There's nothing great about what we're doing here because everybody's on their own kings and fucking queens mentality where it's like a crab in the bucket sort of fucking mentality where literally I can't show love to you or I can't big you up because it takes away from my love and my bigging up. And that's not how this shit works. It works the opposite way. When you walk away from your fucking ego and you realize that you are more effective when you are helping others than helping yourself, that's when you start to think, is it possible that the good that I do for others could trickle back down onto me? When you start unselfishly.
Yeah, I like that.
Once you start thinking in that manner, then you start to see some amazing things happen. You know, I always thought it was interesting that my name meant conqueror. Because you know what's funny about a conqueror? He's not the most popular. He doesn't get it first. He gets it last. He gets it last. And he stays with it.
Yeah.
And I think that that's interesting because look at Jay-Z.
Oh.
They couldn't sign this dude to a label anywhere. He was just too futuristic for what was going on. And so he started his own record label.
Fire.
I started my own record label. I got a record deal, but I had my own label. I could carry the burdens of two situations because I knew that my last name is my future. My first name is my present. So if I'm signed to a label, what are we doing today?
That's crazy because, I mean, to harp back on the last name thing, my guy AG, I don't know if I think you guys follow each other on Twitter. He's also a producer and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I think I remember either telling him to follow you or you to follow him back, maybe a year ago.
I probably do have him on there.
But he just recently sent a video in our group chat about like some guy giving a not a TED talk but a speech about all these brand names, and they're not really brand names, they're names like Tom Ford or just even Ford or Louis Vuitton. You're not buying a brand, you're buying this guy's clothing because it's his, with his last name on it. You're making him rich.
Yeah.
What's stopping us from, you making your own and making you rich? Instead of making them rich, why don't you make yourself rich?
Exactly.
And it was just real powerful. I mean, shout out to AG. I told him my last name don't ring off like that, but but I'll figure something out.
But go off, sis.
Yeah.
No, but I like that because it really makes me think about today and what's going on in the rap game. We are purposely stepping away from entrepreneurialism for the easy way out. And let me give you an example. When Jay came into the game, he stopped wearing the things that everybody was wearing because he wasn't trying to identify himself with everybody. He started wearing his own brand.
Rockefeller, Rockwear stuff.
Because he knew that once he put it in the marketplace, that every time he stepped out, it was a promotion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what I see in today's game, locally and on the mainstream, underground, whatever, I see that there's a troll kind of parody aspect that people have to rocking designer and rocking brands.
Yeah.
Where, tell me if this is true. Are they conscious of the fact that they are purposely showing that they are slaves to brands?
I don't think they are. I think that they see it on, throwback videos or, Instagram, and they want to emulate it because they want to be what, they want people to think that they're something that they're not. They're not, and they're trying to be. And
they're fans.
And they're fans, and it's like, I wouldn't say it's dangerous, but it's kind of like, man, how are you gonna do this? Like
G-Loc said something. I'm gonna add to what
you're saying. Go ahead.
G-Loc said something that kind of couples to what you're saying. He said that the rappers right now are fans, And I said, oh, okay, what do you mean by that? He's like, well, when back in the day, people said the music was better. And he's like, because the artists were making the music back in the day. Artists were making music back in the day.
Yeah.
But now, fans are able to make music because of how easy it is to record on your laptop and your microphone. Before, the people who used to grind all day just to have enough money to go to the studio, and then they spent $2,000 on recording for 16 hours or something.
Come out with one song and shit.
To come out with like 3 or 4 songs, hopefully, if that, right? Those guys were really artists because they were assassins. When they shot, it had to kill.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people experiment because it's in their room.
And then they put it on SoundCloud, and
they put it out there.
And it needs to be a mixture of both. It needs to be a mixture of, you know, not to say back then, but back then, like, what do you call it? Content, not content, but what is that? Like substance.
Okay.
With a mixture of
storytelling, like
just like you got to put like thought into your lyrics. It should mean something. I mean, there's different types of music, so I'm just talking about like just the kind of hip hop I like, mixed with, you know, today's production. You know, imagine both of them. You know, imagine Tupac on some like fucking some Pusha T's fucking.
Okay.
A collab or something.
Well, I think that would be just like when Kanye was on Chief Keef's beat.
Something like that, yeah.
Because check this out. You're saying Pac shooting forward.
Yeah.
And when Kanye did the Chief Keef beat, he was
backward.
shooting back.
Yeah.
So I think that the way we feel about the artists of today doing that is how we would feel about the artists of yesterday doing this.
And I feel like it's kind of disrespectful what Chief Keef said when that Yeezus tape came out, where he said, like, you know, Kanye didn't make me pop. I was already popping.
He wasn't lying.
He didn't help me at all, or some shit like that.
He wasn't lying. I'm gonna tell you this.
Hit me with.
Kanye has literally been the vulture who will pick up an artist. He did Drake before Drake. Well, he'll pick up an artist, take
Use
this
him
song,
a little bit.
Like, oh my god, this is such a great song that you have here. You know what would be a great idea?
My verse?
If I put it down my channel.
Yeah.
Because if I put it on my channel with my spin, it's going to get the maximum attention that it could possibly get. And you know what? We'll give you a contract.
Oh, she signed him.
We'll give you a deal. If it isn't a contract, it could be an endorsement deal. It could be placement on the next album. It's just a promise of more.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what they do. I think that if an old artist was to assimilate to a new sound, he almost has to be reinventing or rebranding himself.
Yeah.
Because look at 2 Chainz. When 2 Chainz was in the Duffel Bag Boy, like, player circle, people knew him. I mean, a couple people knew him because he was a Titty Boy.
Titty Boy.
But when he came back, and he did True University, Ride Around, I'm Getting It.
True Religion, the mixtape.
Okay. Like, he was literally he was Lil Wayne mixed with Titty Boy.
And I think that's why they collab quite frequently. Like,
he was influenced by Wayne so much to the point of where when Wayne was popping, he bigged him up with Player Circle. And then when Chainz was popping, he bigged him up.
Yeah.
So it was like a scratch, eye for an eye thing, definitely. That's real friendship.
And I think that you can, like, in his interviews or his videos or whenever you get to hear him speak and stuff, you can tell, like, 2 Chainz is, like, a good guy. Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
You can tell.
There's artists out there where, like, it's like, fuck, you know, their music's cool, but, like,
look at T.I.
Like a shitty person, you know?
Look at T.I. and look at 2 Chainz. Okay. I'm going to tell you straight up, T.I. is somebody who does it for the camera.
Okay. Big words and shit.
Yeah, well, he swears, man, those words are almost too big to come out of his fucking head. Like,
that's why he gets 3 songs. He gets another bitch fucking finishing the word.
I'm not going to talk about what happens in my bedroom. Because what happens between me and my wife is strictly between me and my wife. But I'll tell you what.
That's why I call her Tiny, because my dick is hurt.
2 Chainz is literally the guy who will take the shirt off of his back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And T.I. is the guy who will try to figure out what he can do without doing it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's a powerful guy.
Yeah.
Because look at all that he's been through and he's still around, standing. So he's able to fucking maneuver himself out of the little situations that he gets into, because he does put his foot in his fucking mouth a lot, you know?
I got like a side note, like, who would you put T.I. against in a versus battle? Because I knew it was going to be Was it Jeezy for a while until they threw in Gucci Mane? Like, wasn't that like a?
It was Jeezy.
Okay, so who would you put him up against with? Like who?
Wayne.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
It would have to be T.I. and Wayne.
Yeah.
Because at the same time period, the T.I. and Wayne benefited from the vacuum that 50 Cent was starting to leave.
Okay.
Because 50 from 2003 to 2005, I would say 50 and Kanye were doing the tug of war for who was going to be dominant in the moving into the next 10 or 15 years. Okay. And 50 had already made it known that he was here for the bag and then he was going to see how he could expand. Because for a guy like 50 Cent to get hot, then put his guys on, and then put more artists on, and to continue to try to make the music a label a thing without him necessarily having to be there. That shows me how he feels about fame and how he feels about, putting people on.
And I think he did a good job. I mean, I know people like clown 50 for like his last, couple albums not being as like, what his first two were or first three or whatever. But it's like once you hit the ceiling, how what more do you want? It's like, what's the saying? Like, lightning only strikes once, and he did it twice.
Yeah, but also, 50. He knew that he's the brand.
Yeah.
It's not his music. It's him. He's the brand.
Yeah.
So, even though the songs weren't hitting because the producers that he had around him were no longer around him.
Or the sound's kind of evolving at that point. That's when the Soulja Boy started coming in. It was like 2006.
Right.
End of...
You could tell when 50 started experimenting.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell. But like the formula for the Interscope artist was you have this beat producer blanket. And all you have to do is just stay alive, nigga. And this team of producers and songwriters and other rappers were going to make sure that whatever came from that label was murderous. We know this because of Snoop Dogg. We know this because of Chronic. We know this because of fucking Get Rich or Die Trying. We know this because of Marshall Mathers LP. Like, anybody.
Are you putting the Game versus 50 Cent in the verses?
I'm putting the Game in that same blanket, the producer blanket scenario. The Game benefited from that same thing, right? Or at least for the first album, right? Because the first album, no album was good enough to be put next to the first Game album until the one Jesus Piece.
Okay, I like that one too.
Those two can sit next to each other. But you know what's crazy about that? Jesus Piece was him trying to do a Kendrick Lamar style short classic album.
Well, even like the Game, I'm a fan of the Games, right? He's gonna bust through this door right now and beat my ass.
We're gonna go full circle in a second, but continue.
I think that he is the same. I would put him in the same boat as like a Macklemore. About like
now we're talking, nigga. Let's go.
You hear his styles and the people he's close with, first of all, it was
Let's go
50 Cent style, and then you hear Kendrick and then he starts rapping like Kendrick, and then I think that Drake comes out, he starts rapping kind of like Drake, and now like I think recently when Nipsey passed,
he was rapping like Nipsey.
He was kind of trying to rap like Nipsey.
He even grew the fucking braids out. Shit looked like a man bun. You couldn't see the detail in the waves, but check this out, man. I'm gonna tell you this about the Game, man.
Yeah.
He's a sauce stiller too. You can put him, Drake, fucking Macklemore. That's a weird group, but you can put.
You said J.Cole in there.
J.Cole,
Logic, fuck Logic. No, I'm just joking.
Okay,
cool.
These are all sauce stillers.
Yeah.
So we got these guys, and they're sauce stillers, right?
Shit.
But let's bring it full circle with Game. Game just recently came out and said that he's the best Compton rapper.
Well, what? I was like,
you know why he said that?
What did he say?
He is tired of Kendrick being away. If one of the guys, Kendrick came out and said that he looked up to the Game on his song Black Boy Fly or Fly.
Okay,
you remember? So the Game knows how Kendrick feels about him. Kendrick looks at him like he's the big homie.
Yeah.
So when the big homie says, I'm the best rapper from Compton, what you gonna do about it? And what, nigga? And he's looking at Kendrick. You know what Kendrick thinks?
Does that surpass you, bro?
He's like, you really think it's time for me to come back out?
You're still in Compton.
That's what Kendrick's saying. Well, no, I don't think it's like that. I think Kendrick's looking at, because these two are talking to each other. Yeah. Well, that's him talking to Kendrick by him saying that.
Yeah.
Because the media and everybody's going to think like, oh, he's just trying to get Kendrick to come out and diss him so that he can get clout off Kendrick. Yeah. And no, that's not what's going on. Because him and Kendrick are cool. They've always been cool. There's a respect that the game has for Kendrick because he knows that he will never be a fucking rapper like Kendrick Lamar. So what he's doing is saying, you see how Drake's over here doing his thing? You gonna let this motherfucker just be out here and be the only huge superstar that's out here? The only person who matters is him right now. You gonna let that be out here like that?
He's trying to gas him up a little bit.
He's gassing him up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is going on right now. And Kendrick knows how fucking incredible and fire he is that he doesn't feel like he has to go out right now.
Yeah.
And you know how I know? Because he's been experimenting with new sounds with his cousin, fucking Baby Keem.
Okay.
You know that's his cousin, right?
I didn't know that, no.
Baby Keem, have you heard of this artist? Okay, he has a song called Orange Soda.
Oh shit, is it good?
Oh, okay, you know what? Well, we're gonna stop your beat real quick and we're gonna play Orange Soda real quick.
While you search for that, what year do you think he's gonna come out, Kendrick? What do you think?
Next year.
What do you think is that is there a significant date?
I think
that
he's coming back when tours start again.
Oh shit! The Weeknd just announced his tour.
Cause Drake fucked up.
Oh shit! What do you mean?
He already showed us that he had a rollout ready to come out before the pandemic ended.
Okay.
So Kendrick knows that this dumbass is not gonna wait until 2022.
Yeah.
Kendrick knows that Drake's gonna come out and drop after he thinks that Kendrick's not gonna drop.
Okay.
And then because Drake already said, I'm waiting to see who is gonna drop. And then after I see who drops, then I'm dropping.
Okay.
You're going to get J.Cole dropping because, like I said, he's a sauce stealer and he's pretty irrelevant. I know I'm going to get some Cole fans that are going to go crazy because he's relevant, but he's irrelevant in this conversation.
Okay.
The conversation between Drake and Kendrick, J.Cole never mattered.
It's like, if you're thinking tiers, yeah, too. Also, like, it's like,
well,
he's always going to be the little brother.
Well, just in general, wasn't he in Drake's car? When Drake flew to LA and then he was taking pictures with Drake in the car, that shows you that he is not a threat to Kendrick and he's not a threat to Drake. He is no different than Macklemore.
Yeah. Fucking Macklemore. I just bought his vinyl, his Gemini vinyl.
And J. Cole dissed Macklemore.
Did he?
Yeah, don't you remember when he did Firing Squad?
Oh, yeah. All these,
You start to see something, how sauce stealers will diss sauce stealers like they're not sauce stealers.
They're still in the sauce?
Yeah, it's like when a hoe calls a hoe for being a hoe when the hoe was a hoe the whole fucking time.
That's a whole problem right there.
A whole lot of hoes. And hoes ain't loyal.
I mean...
Okay, so our process of elimination, we know that Kendrick is going to drop in 2022.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that once we reach herd immunity or the vaccinations reach a certain percentage, we're going to be like, yeah, it's time to start touring again. It's time to start opening up again.
Like the Weeknd he announced his tour yesterday today.
That's another reason why I said what I said.
And that 2022?
Did you see how many fucking numbers? Did you see how many fucking dates he had on that tour?
Oh.
80 dates.
Next year, not even this year.
80 to 100 dates next year.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were going to tour like you're going to be on the road all fucking year, you know something that I don't.
Yeah.
And if you know something that I don't know, Kendrick knows something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You going to go?
No. To the weekend? Fuck no.
Why not? Too much singing?
I don't like... I like... Okay, you know how people got into his shit? You know how people... I like him as an aesthetic. I like him as a vibe. I don't like him or his music at all. I like the vibe, but
I think someone Spokane, I think, or some shit.
Yeah, see, if I had a girl who was
or Seattle too.
Nah, I wouldn't even go like no.
You're like, I wouldn't even go to Richland
for a girl. I wouldn't do that.
Okay,
but I'll tell you what, man. I say all that to say this.
Sounds like I'm promoting this shit.
I'm sorry, I'm getting excited about this conversation.
Get it.
But Drake is playing chess, and he showed his board too many times, bro.
Or Scrabble and showed his letters.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking bitch.
And you know who hasn't showed a fucking thing? Mr. Pulitzer Prize winner.
Okay.
Dude, Kendrick,
Mr. 5'6",
Kendrick is not gonna lose this war. If it goes down, okay, Drake's not gonna go down as the number one rapper in fucking history, a greatest of all time. Let me tell you who is. The artist who still has an album to fucking drop and then another one after that. I feel like Kendrick's got a couple fucking bigger records, huger stadium classics.
Yeah.
Because do you see the level that he goes through when he creates his albums?
Well, yeah, even in like the sound, like you can easily say like Drake is like, you know, just putting out, like, not to say bullshit, but it's nothing mind bending, or it's nothing like significant in like thought, or it sounds just like, just somebody else's song that put out, just another club song, or
Well, check this out.
I don't know about like God's Plan or nothing like that.
I think you're right. He's catering more to the trends and more to what the younger artists are doing. Like he's
staying hot now, and then fuck whatever's in the future. It's all about now. It's
Yeah, he's all about now. But I'm gonna tell you what, Kendrick's been about the future the whole time. The whole fucking time. So if anything, Drake was burning his money to keep himself warm, while Kendrick was playing worker ant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Drake needs Kendrick, needs Cole, needs these big, huge, paramount artists to be performing at a high level to where he can watch them and be influenced and try to figure out what the moves that they're missing are. And when he doesn't have it, he resorts to the artists that are actually just popular on SoundCloud and fucking TikTok. And I mean, Drake doing a TikTok song for the purpose of being hot on TikTok shows you that there is no Kendrick Lamar influence. Shows you that there is no fucking J.Cole influence that he's aware of. Mm-hmm. He doesn't see anybody in the game as a threat. He thinks it's him versus him. That's a very dangerous place to be at. Not good. Not good at all.
Why not?
Because when you are doing you like nobody's watching is when you are going to make the music that everybody that's polarizing, that everybody critiques. It's like when Kanye did Yeezus, mm-hmm. When Drake doing the mask shit, when he was wearing the fucking mask in the demo, or what was it, Dark Lane demo?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dark Lane demo sounds like Dark Knight demo. Isn't that Trippie Redd shit?
Oh, I don't know.
Dark Knight demo?
To
Dark Knight demo is Trippie Redd's song with Travis Scott.
Okay.
So Drake subconsciously stole Sauce.
Okay.
And didn't realize who he stole it from.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's so simple that I can see everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said what I said, right? So when
he said, "Fuck Drake." No, I'm just joking.
So Kendrick came into the game a better rapper than Drake could ever achieve to be.
Is that, on this side note also, that, do you think it's based on where they're from?
I think it's where they came,
how they're raised,
what they went through.
Okay.
Because Drake came from a place of privilege like J.Cole.
Yeah, he won't admit it, but...
Well, he says that his mom being single and them having... Like, all sorts of shit is the reason why he was oppressed. But I'm going to tell you what. He had connections in the entertainment industry, and I don't give a fuck if it was Canada's.
Yeah.
Because all this shit is related.
Yeah.
Okay? And yeah, he had to grind the same way that I had to grind. We did mixtapes. We tried to make connections and network with people on MySpace. We all did that. He actually just did that. The fact that he was on Degrassi was the push that he needed.
Yeah. Or bag.
Because just off talent or skill alone, he would have been Little Brother. Have you heard of Little Brother?
The show?
No.
Was that Big Brother?
No, Little Brother is a rap group from fucking North Carolina.
One of them just passed away, right?
Well, Ninth Wonder is a producer who's from Little Brother.
Yeah. Okay, I know Ninth.
Yeah, Ninth Wonder is... Okay, so okay. So that's the sauce.
I don't know him.
Well, that's the sauce right
like,
there.
oh shit, he knows him? No, I don't know him. I know of...
Okay, so let's fast forward back to this Drake thing real quick. I feel like... Let's see, we're on a good track right now, okay? I feel like Drake doing his experimental research and development in real time in front of everybody is going to be his downfall.
Okay.
Because if you can't do all of this experimenting behind the scenes and just showing the product and it being successful, then you have no business being experimental.
Do you think that this fall is going to be a sudden, or do you think it's just going to be declined?
I look at his single with Dirk.
Okay. Laugh Now, Cry Later or something like that.
It is... I do it like this. Sicko Mode came out before God's Plan.
Okay.
Right? So Sicko Mode, God's Plan, Tootsie Slide.
Okay, yeah.
Life's Great. Or whatever that song's called.
Shit, I don't even know.
Wait, Wait, what's the song called with the? Hold on. Life is Good is the Future song, right?
Future Drake, yeah. Where the beat changes.
But what is the Laugh Now Cry Later? Sorry,
Okay,
that's what it is. Laugh Now Cry Later. Okay, with Dirk. Boom. If you look, that's a downward trajectory in everything.
Okay, streams and
replay value, influence, impact, everything. Even the guest appearance that he chose.
Yeah.
Putting Little Dirk on... See, this is a hot take. This is a hot take. Putting Little Dirk on your song like he's supposed to make the song hotter is scary to me. Because Dirk is not as hot as people fucking think he is.
Okay.
The industry is trying to make him look like he's the next street artist.
And Dirk's been around for a while.
He's been around for a while, but they're trying to put him in the same light as they had Meek Mill.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Meek Mill was the voice of the fucking streets or whatever, where it was Drake versus Meek Mill.
Yeah.
So they want a fucking street guy so Meek Mill can be the elder statesman, I think. And Dirk is the guy who they're pushing for.
Okay.
And if you think about it, look how much he's conformed already to fit the role. He looks like a blonde Chief Keef from the future. The way, and you know what I hate about Dirk? I'm going to be dead ass. I feel like he steals a lot of fucking sauce from Chief Keef.
Okay, I can see it.
Okay,
Are they from Chicago? Both are Chicago people?
Yes,
okay.
But Sosa was the first.
Yeah.
Okay, Sosa has this like villainous like aura to him, to the point of where he could just stand around and look like he's ready to like, you know, like take over some shit, right? Like a drug lord.
You know who he reminds me of?
What?
Like an evil little bee.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know who he reminds me of? A drug lord.
Okay.
From Africa. And that's not being racist,
okay.
but like look at Coney. Look, okay. I can see this dude pulling up in a fucking Jeep that's been stripped.
Okay.
With AK-47s mounted on top of the shit.
Okay.
Playing Sosa. And also, if you see Chief Keef, and this is a hot take, man. I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah,
this is a hot take. Okay, so if you've seen Chief Keef, smoking, lighting up, slow motion, cameras flat, like the camera getting different angles, that's the sauce that Dirk stole.
Okay.
Dirk stole the confidence, the swagger from Keef to do his thing. When I watched the song called Green Light, I think it was, off of like an album or two ago, where it's Dirk's style, but he was trying to be Chief Keef in the fucking video. And I say all that to say this. Sauce stealers are never going to be number one. They're just going to trick everybody into being number one.
Okay. That's why Logic retired.
That's why Drake is on the fucking verge of retiring.
Oh, shit.
That's why Kendrick is in hiding.
Didn't Drake come out like a year ago saying like this is going to be his last album or some shit like that? Or one more album or something like that?
I'm going to tell you what. If Scorpion would have gone diamond, that would have been his last album.
I think that's his worst album.
But you see what he did. He tries to copy the sauce of the greats that came before him. Biggie and Tupac. Ready to Die?
Yeah.
Or not, Life After Death?
Yeah.
And All Eyes on Me.
Great album.
Double discs, but also black aesthetic albums.
Okay.
Life After Death was the black cover, right?
It's like the hearse and shit like that.
The hearse, Biggie, yada, yada, yada. And then you had Pac
on the chair.
On the chair, all black cover. And then you had Drake, the black aesthetic album, Scorpion.
Yeah, with the signature? It was kind of weird.
With the signature.
That's kind of weird.
Well, he was just trying to say that this is a one of one, this is a classic. He was trying to put it in your head that it was a classic without it being a classic. If you listen to it, you cut the R&B album off and just do the rap, and it's probably his best album.
Yeah, I don't like that second part of that album. Even though, what's that one song is on there? That one, the fucking went viral. Yeah,
I don't like the shit. I don't like the hits. The reason why he used that was because it went viral on TikTok. That's why Tootsie Slide was trying to recreate that moment.
Yeah, the little fucking yeah.
But like a guy who gets hot on TikTok is different than you trying to do a song for TikTok. You have to buy the sauce in order to use the sauce in that domain. You feel me?
And I think that it's like a subliminal. Even the name of the fucking app.
Which one?
The TikTok.
Oh, how it's like seconds?
Yeah.
TikTok, like you're wasting your time on it?
Well, no, like that, that's what it is. Like you make a song for TikTok and that shit's gone within a TikTok.
You're right.
Damn, see, I'm gonna write some bars today.
So you're saying that all this clout that I'm getting from TikTok is going to be gone before people recognize it?
I'm talking about writing a song for TikTok.
No, I see you. You're sending mad shots.
No, I'm gonna make a beat. It's the background is gonna be a fucking grandfather clock. At the end of this song, it's gonna be ding, like a microwave and shit.
Okay.
What does that door lead to?
It's my laundry room.
Oh shit.
Okay, so check this out. So Baby Keem is Kendrick's cousin. Okay? And I think that Kendrick is songwriting for Baby Keem.
Okay.
But he's using his experimental vibes. And this is how he's able to master this new album he's going to drop.
Okay.
Because he's got to drop something hot to go with the great shit.
So if people like this, he's gonna like, okay, this is the style I'm going with, or...
Let's check this out.
On my face, I attack that. Choose up, Lil John, I'm finna pack him. When it comes to my bitch, I'm straight active. Dirt ball in the coupe, smoking cat piss. Lil bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend.
It has a little damn vibe into it.
Yep.
Lil bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend, shut the fuck up. Ayy, you know I love it when you talk dirty. Messy, you my orange soda shorty. You act like a lil me, I wanna fuck you. You the type to kill me, I won't touch you. You want me drive a band on some cute shoes. You want me be the man you can vent to. You let me be
This
it up,
screams
you let me
Kendrick to me.
practice.
Yeah.
Now I'm finna lay you on a mattress.
The whole
Bitch
swag.
sit on my face, I attack that. Choose up,
Even
Lil Jon,
just
I'm
the way he
finna
says
pack
it.
him. When it comes to my bitch, I'm straight active.
Even the visuals are kind of like those weird shots.
Lil bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend.
This is like
shut
Kendrick, the
fuck
next
up.
generation.
Ayy,
Yeah.
Lil bitch, shut the fuck up. Tell your best friend. Ayy, shut the fuck up. Ayy, my lil baby low key a flexer. 6 feet on the whip, that's a like that. Lil best
He kind of looks like the baby.
Baby Keem. Oh, he could have came in on the whole wave.
I'm saying.
Little baby, the baby, Baby Keem. You know what? Maybe it was hoped. Maybe they were hoping that he would have caught. Because he's only released a couple joints.
How many views does it bring?
nigga with the big drip on me. Post on your block.
17 million.
Yep, that's out of here.
On my face, I attack that.
But this came out in 2019.
John, I'm finna pack him.
Slow grind right there.
Slow grind.
This year he's gonna drop something.
I
bet you, say Kendrick's album comes out, and he's gonna be some type of composer or writer. This guy is gonna be on that album somewhere.
I think so too.
That's
It's
like
kind of like when
thank
Travis
you or
Scott,
something.
kind of snuck into the game under like Jay-Z and then under
Yeah.
Kanye. And isn't that weird? He came in through those kind of guys
Instead of like just like a producer or something.
like, instead of like the Migos or just like some
Yeah.
random. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
something trendy. He came under the goats. Like pause.
Have you seen that movie, Men That Speak to Goats? No,
Uh-uh.
I don't know. I don't think anybody has. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. So
Yeah, man. I remember I was on YouTube.
okay, so I get off that whole tangent to say one last thing about Kendrick.
Okay.
If Kendrick is working on music that is supposed to be better than anything he's ever dropped, but he needs to drop a single to lure people in,
Okay.
it makes sense to me that he's cooking an experimental clinic with his cousin to create a fuck ton of songs where he can select and pick different songs for different reasons and then put it together on an album with all this time that he's been working. I think that he's going to do an album that's going to be better than anything he's done. So
Good.
that's
That's
just to cut that all off, just to say that. But
Well, like even like not to like compare people, but like say you take Big Sean, the I found the fucking the class of like Big Sean, Wale, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and then fuck it, we'll leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
I think out of them, Kendrick Lamar is the only one with 3 automatic albums that are great.
Okay.
Like like Big Sean probably has like one that it's like he could have done without, or like like a miss in in words. Like Drake has a couple misses in my opinion.
Yeah.
Wale has a couple, but to me, Kendrick has no misses yet. Maybe because he takes a lot of times. He only has 3, and then the other have 4 or 5. Like Drake, like Thank Me Later.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that album.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
that's his classic that people say.
Yeah. Wait, what did I say? Thank Me. Yeah, Thank Me Later. Not Take Care.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, Thank Me Later. Yeah.
Thank Me Later. I just don't like the way he's rapping.
It sounds like a Young Money album.
Yeah, and I think that's what it. I think that was that timing, and it was like a little premature kind of. Like if you compare Good Kid to that, like you could see how like how much more depth there is to Good Kid compared to Thank Me Later.
Definitely. I think Thank Me Later, not to cut you off,
yeah,
it is, if he was never going to grow from being Wayne's artist, that's what
we got. Yeah, and I'm happy that he did, because I personally like Nothing Was the Same as his best album.
Okay.
Just because it sounds I feel like it's a more like a full one sound album, like, and then like I think that's the one that has Pound Cake on it and shit with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And
you know what I like about that one? Is the songs that it had on it.
Yeah.
You could really you could see them being the soundtracks to your memories really well.
Yeah.
Like Wu-Tang. It's funny that I've been saying Wu-Tang so many times tonight, but the sauce
fuck Logic one more time.
Yeah.
Just
all these sauce stealers.
Yeah.
Protect your neck.
Shit.
But Real Smoke. Why is Wu-Tang the safe fucking group to...
Hey, man.
It
was like, you know what it was like? It was like Seeing Sounds. Where we fucking... Remember that one song we just all rapped on?
Yeah.
And then I think I got a verse on there.
The Cypher?
Yeah, the Cypher.
You remember... The Cypher was savage, because I was the only one who was, like, putting his life on the bars. I was talking about...
I think it's oldie.
It's not online anymore.
I think so. I think I found... I can't use my phone, but...
It was only on... The Camp mixtape was only one place. He had it one place, and I forgot. I think the website went defunct.
Oh, shit.
But yeah.
That was crazy. Like, I remember saying, like... I feel like I even, like, said, like... we're Killer Bees, and, like, I never even thought about, like, Wu-Tang when I said that. And then, then I was like, what the fuck? Why did I even say that? Like, And it all made sense. Yeah.
We need to find that whole project. It's got Rudy Mack shit on there. It's got
Rudy Mack. I ran into him.
Hopefully not on a forklift, because then they could be working jobs with forklifts. I worked with them at the House of Parts.
What was he doing?
Selling paint.
Oh shit! Well, I seen him selling coke. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just playing.
Allegedly.
Nah.
Rudy Mack's gonna find you after.
Yeah. I'm gonna see him. That's just the way the universe works,
Yeah, for real.
Fuck.
Watch somebody listen to this and be like, "Oh shit!" I was waiting for him to slip. Now I'm gonna tell.
I think we need a part 2 to this podcast, like more of like our memories and shit.
Yeah.
Because like I think this is a good talk. But I feel like there's more to talk about.
No, there's just so much to talk about that we only got the first part of the half of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? It's like
do a fucking a four part series.
No, I definitely think so. Well, we could even have our own podcast.
Oh shit!
We kind of do have an Instagram one. We've only done one episode. You remember the time that we did FaceTime or we did the IG live?
Oh shit! Yeah.
That was supposed to be an ongoing series, but I tried to reach out to you again to do one. And
I almost died that day. I don't know if you remember me coughing, but
when
I feel like I had COVID that night.
Oh shit! I remember when somebody, I'm not gonna say her name, was like, "You guys should go live again." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna hit up Marv."
It wasn't Tabitha, right?
No.
Tabitha.
Oh, it was Tabitha. Well, I don't even know if I should be saying her name. But anyways.
Keep tabs on Tabitha. All you want to do is have a gag with you. Oh, okay, my bad.
This guy jokes too much, especially when people who know him are going to listen to this.
Yeah, you're right.
You joke too much. But I'm going to be real with you, okay? When they were saying, hey, Marv, and you need to go live. I said, hey, we need a series of just ourselves.
Yeah.
So our podcast could literally be us FaceTiming or IG live in ours. And the reason being is because I feel like you have your life pretty dialed in.
Okay.
To where you got to really make things happen if you're going to go out of your schedule.
Yeah.
Right? I'm the same way. But like right now, let's say if you're at home, if you had a quiet room.
Okay.
I'm here. I got a quiet room. Boom. FaceTime. Boom. Or IG, whatever. I'm correcting myself like it fucking matters. It doesn't matter. But you know, we can get content off.
Yeah.
That's something we can work on because this audio formatted podcast, I think I'm gonna keep it as simple as it is.
I like it.
I think it's gonna be real light.
When I'm driving, I if no one knows, I drive a mail truck, but like either I'm listening to music or listening to a podcast.
Yep.
And that saves me throughout the day. The day goes by quick. It's I don't have to worry about too much. Like pedestrians.
Real shit.
No, I'm just joking. But it has like a calming effect. Like if you would ask me, like, do I prefer to listen to music or podcast? I just say it depends on what day it is, because like I feel like a dork, but I have like a schedule sometimes. Like on Tuesdays I'll listen to Flagrant 2, like Andrew Schultz and stuff, and I'll listen to like The Breakfast Club or Joey Diaz on Mondays. Wednesdays it's like Joe Budden's podcast. Thursday probably like The Brilliant Idiots, Joe Rogan probably.
Have you ever heard of the Star Report?
No, that sounds crazy. What is it?
The Star Report is fucking fire. Because there's pretty much the godfather of like rap commentary. Okay. Because he was a rap radio commentary person.
Oh, Star. Okay.
A Star Buck Show?
Okay.
Yeah. That motherfucker, man. I've always watched this shit, but lately I've been getting like really into his shit. Yeah. Because he has like a consistent every night sort of show.
Oh shit!
He does a show every fucking night, but he does it from his house. Yeah. And he does super chat, so people do donations, they call in and stuff like that.
It's kind of like academics, kind of.
Yeah, where his Twitch shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, right? Well, this guy is the objective hater.
Oh shit!
He doesn't give a fuck. He will literally just be in the middle while he sees people are left or right, and he'll just be like, "Nah, you're fucking wrong," because I'm the objective hater, and this is really what the fucking truth is.
Yeah.
Dude, I think that his shit is so entertaining. So I'm trying to lean myself more into being more of that sort of speaker, because I think that there's some sort of benefit to being transparent and real and not worrying about saying something that's going to offend somebody. Yeah, it means it's going to be a lot longer of a grind, and also you can probably kiss some endorsements goodbye. But at the end of the day, if you stay the same and don't change and go for as far as the fucking limits can allow, you break the limits, you break the mold. And when you break the mold, that's when $2 million starts to become $200 million.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So if you want to make $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, be cool and then kind of stay stuck underneath 30 million. Like in some sort of cash aquarium where either you do have it or you don't have it or you could have it the next opportunity. Yeah. Or you want to be in that upper stratosphere of we're talking 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. You got to break the fucking mold. Look at Drake. Drake had 3 fucking bosses. You signed to one guy, who signed to another guy, signed to another guy. Yeah. Right? But he broke the mold by being so impactful.
Yeah.
That he was able to break out of certain pay grades.
Is he part of Young Money still? Or did he finish that contract?
That was just a time period.
I thought that was like or not Young Money, Cash Money. With if you're reading this, I thought that was like the last album on that label or something.
I think so. But also, when he dropped,
which I like that album too. I mean, most songs.
I felt like that one was supposed to be an album he threw out like a mixtape, like it wasn't supposed to mean much, and it became one of his biggest ones.
Yeah.
Because of some of the songs that were on it.
Every time Legend comes on, I feel like I'm the best producer in the world, and I don't even make beats, that often. Mm-hmm. Just beat my chest.
Legend on the same album.
Yeah.
Why? Because that sounds like something you would make? Or?
Yeah, it sounds like when I come out the shower or something, that's what she plays.
Oh, you sound. It makes you feel like you're the best. Okay,
well,
I got you.
Also the production's pretty cool, but
yeah, it's a good production.
I think
I like Woes.
Woes.
What's
okay,
the shit called?
What is that called?
Know Yourself?
Know Yourself.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's probably my favorite one.
That's a vibe.
That one's great. I like Energy a lot.
Okay.
50 bands or whatever, I don't care about that one. 10 bands.
The one I hate is the one with the... Is it Party Next Door? This is a weird one. I think they should have left that one out.
But is it like Star 67 or some shit?
It's kind of like... I don't know. It just sounds weird. It sounds like it doesn't fit in with the whole scheme for everything. It sounds too happy for that album.
I think that album was too long.
Should have cut that song and then...
There was like 2 or 3 different ones that could have got...
You're like, alright, we're done with this one.
He usually has 2 or 3 different songs that could be removed from every project.
Yeah.
And Scorpion, 6, 7, 8.
Was his first album, the whole thing should have been scrapped.
Yeah, the whole thing. His mixtape before that was even better.
Damn.
Let's compare Section 80 to his first mixtape.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, oh, shit.
Section 80 is insane.
Yeah, different vibes right there.
Section 80 is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that I like Section 80 better than Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, shit, yeah. And that was his first official album, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Everything since Overly Dedicated
That's a good mixtape, too.
Has been, like, next level Kendrick.
Yeah.
As far as, like, what he can deliver and things of that nature. But let's see. Kind of topping that. I'm kind of leaving the mainstream. What have you been listening to as of lately?
Okay. Lately? Other than like podcasts, there's a mixture of like I think on Apple Music there's a playlist that's like curated towards you. You know, like based on what you listen to, they suggest, you know, it's like a favorites mix, I think it's called. So that's a bunch of random stuff. I listened to that Kid Cudi album. I listened to that Logic's last album. Fuck Logic, I like his album, his last album. Just like nothing real, like nothing crazy, you know. Just like the
typical. Did Kid Cudi beat the hype? Was it worth the hype?
I liked it. There's a lot of people that didn't like it, but I was thinking about it. I think they're trying to compare it to his first 2 Man on the Moon styles. Yeah. I think it just that, you know, it's not the same time framing, so the music has to be. It's kind of like the 50 Cent thing, like where 50 Cent tried to like put out the same type of music, but then the music kind of already left that style. I think that's what Cudi avoided, like where he kind of went into like the trappier style sounds, you know, like a little darker but trappier sounds. He had that Pop Smoke feature.
Yeah. The Eminem feature.
Yeah, the Eminem feature. I think that
Travis Scott, didn't he have it?
Yeah, I think he has some Travis in there.
Maybe that's why he did so well.
I think.
As far as streams.
Yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. It kind of leaves you like what did I just listen to, like, because like at the end of the album it's like to be continued, like somebody whispers to
okay,
so it's kind of like you're like kind of left in the air. But like, you know, I listened to that for a little while, like when it came out, like back to back, because like people were hating on it and I was like, I get it where they're coming from, but like I still think, like, you know, he's never been like an artist that like feels like he has to rhyme every word, or, you know, like he says what he wants to say, and if it rhymes, it rhymes, you know, stuff like that. I listened to your EP with G-Log a couple times, you know. I probably listened to Outside 150 times.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, shout out to G-Log and Jordan. Jordan, man, he sent like this is a while ago. He sent like fucking 1,000 songs of just straight up acapellas and shit that I still have to go through. I mean, I went through a little bit of them.
He's got like a gang of acapellas.
Yeah, it's like at least like 3 gigs of fucking zip files and shit. And this is back then. Like I need to dig into it and get back into it. But yeah, mostly like I would choose a podcast before I listen to any music, especially when there's not any new music out. But it's like once I'm done with the podcast, I go straight to the music.
The music, the energy. Right?
Yeah, like, and yeah, I think just anything that really like I see that pops up, you know. Like, say if I see the Pac album cover, I'll listen to some Pac, you know. And I try, you know, I don't know if this is weird, but what I try to do is like, say if I say Justin Timberlake, just random guy, if I like see his album, I'll listen to his album, and then I'll go to his next album, or, you know, go back to, you know, I'll try to listen to him the rest of the day to see like a lot of his music, see if, you know, if like if there's any like depth to it or something like that, you know, to his
maybe a change of perspective.
Yeah, something different. Like, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've listened to like Kendrick's all his albums in one day.
What was the artist you just said?
Justin Timberlake.
Okay,
it's a weird ass name.
You know why I think that's interesting? I was driving around yesterday or the day before, and I thought about the Justin Timberlake song called "Losing My Religion."
Oh shit! Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? And I thought to myself, like, it's amazing how people can listen to a song like that and relate to it so much that they don't really think about what that could mean for him.
That's not the one with Jay-Z, is it? Is that?
No, that's
nickels and dimes.
I'm not too sure.
Oh shit, maybe.
But the "Losing My Religion" one is on his Sexy Fucking Future Sound album. Okay. So on that album, he has a song where he's talking about he's losing his religion, pretty much saying like he's fallen from grace. He's usually this kind of guy, but he hasn't been like that because of the things he's going through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on a surface level, we can relate to it because that's the story of a lot of us, right? But deeper, we don't think about like, hey, maybe he's having a sacrifice on some sort of level, and maybe the Illuminati shit that people talk about, like, you know. Because what I notice about these artists is like they try to tell you what's going on without coming out and saying it, almost as if they're being watched.
Okay. It's like a subliminal.
Right, like Britney Spears, for example.
Oh, my, that's crazy.
Because when Britney Spears had an album where she was like in a circus and she was the ringleader of the circus, she was trying to tell you that her life was a circus and that she felt like a circus animal. And but she was trying to do it in a way that she didn't hint.
Yeah, where someone's gonna be like, "Well, you can't do this because
exactly,
you're snitching on us, basically." And
that takes me to her time on TikTok.
Oh shit, is she on TikTok?
Yes, but she's got an interesting TikTok because her fans.
Yeah, we're talking about conspiracies now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
Check it out.
Conspiracy talk.
Check it out. Britney Spears is on TikTok, and her fans, these are supposed to be her most loyal, committed fans ever, and maybe even a hybrid of new, infused fans, right? And they're watching her, and these motherfuckers think that she's trying to send messages to them.
I think I've seen some like clips on Instagram, but like, you know, she's acting weird, she's in front of the camera, just being dancing or doing some weird ass shit.
She's putting subliminals into the shit.
Yeah.
But check this out. She does things like she'll do something random with like fruits or bananas or something. It'll usually be color based.
That should be on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you want some grape juice for?
And then her fans will be like, "Oh my God, Britney, if you need help, wear yellow in your next TikTok." And then she'll be wearing yellow in the next fucking TikTok.
It's crazy.
And that told me something. She knows who she's being watched by.
Okay.
She knows them so well that she can do this and get this off without they knowing that she's doing this. She's trying to let her people know that she has no control and she has to pretend that she's okay.
That's crazy because it's like, you know, she's way out of her prime in like music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why are they watching her like this? You know, like, does she have secrets? You know, or you know, does she have something to hide, or does she have something to say?
Well, check this out.
That she can't say.
Doesn't she look like a woman who survived something? Her face is droopy.
Yeah.
Like it looks like she's.
Her voice is weird.
It looks like she's been beaten. It looks like she's been drugged.
Shit.
It looks like she hasn't slept. It looks like she's in hostage, dog.
Shit.
The only difference is that she's dressed up in new clothes. Right? So what if this was a form of like sex workers?
Oh shit.
Right?
That's like the fucking Wayfair shit. Have you heard about that Wayfair shit?
Yeah.
The fucking. Oh my god.
Well, check this out. What if the sex worker stuff was so in our face that we didn't even know that like someone like Britney Spears could be a sex worker?
Yeah. That's wild because like the only way we would believe it if she's on TikTok getting rammed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's some toxic shit.
She had a fucking
That's hit me one more time, you know what I'm saying? From the back this time. That's just like... Oh shit, ringleader. That's that rim job ringleader.
Oh shit, you see this nigga? He caught me, man. He caught me when I was trying to be serious and he gave me a left hook. Knocked me right off my feet.
Oh,
No,
shit.
man. Okay, yeah. Yes. The way you're saying yes, but no. What I'm basically saying is this sex worker stuff can only go on if it doesn't look like sex working.
Okay. So it has to look like nothing. It has to look like entertainment.
Nothing.
And like, oh, I'm gonna do this to make sure everybody sees me.
Yeah.
I'm okay, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Because something else is happening.
Yeah, look at Lindsay Lohan.
That's the fucking Hollywood Hills Have Eyes hills.
Yeah, look at Lindsay Lohan. If someone said, "Hey, did you know that Lindsay Lohan was a high-end call girl?"
Is she?
Like, if they said that to me, I'd be like,
I fucking fell into that shit.
I'd be like, well, she got into drugs, so yeah, maybe I can believe it.
Okay.
Well, maybe the drugs are what they use to get the stars to do whatever they want.
Addiction.
Because look at Juice WRLD, Peep, all these guys. Once they were on drugs and being paid by a label, they were disposed of.
But do you think that's like a strategy for the label to feed these people, like sign them, feed these people drugs, and then like you end yourself, right?
It became
and you
one.
still give the label still gets your money because
I think it's a mafia thing.
Shit.
You know why I think it's a mafia thing? Because it's literally playground or lay down, where you play with us to make this get off, or you get off and you lay down.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because it seems to be every fucking artist that's on us after a certain level, they change. And when they change, they show off all the money that they have and everything, but that's almost a distraction to take away from the fact that they're no longer the person that you thought they were.
Yeah.
When 50 came out, oh man. When 50 came out, I thought he was the craziest gangster superhero ever.
Because the 9-shot story.
You couldn't kill him.
Yeah.
The money, the women loved him. The ability, he could rap his ass off when he first fucking came through, right? But then he changed, and you started seeing a different 50, more, more caring about what he looked like and less what he sounded like. And then you start to wonder, like, okay, maybe these motherfuckers get too close to the devil and they say, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. And if they have enough money, they can buy themselves out of any kind of deal with the devil. And that's the people who have funding of their own career, like Jay, like Diddy, like fucking 50.
Yeah.
But all the other ones who can't fund their own career and their own networks, they're stuck there in a perpetual vacuum.
Do you think that, like Mac, like not to speak ill of it or anything, but Mac Miller's, do you think it was something else?
I think
like just celebrity death and stuff like that?
I think that two things can happen. Okay, your label can have a nefarious plot for your demise. Okay, and then your label could capitalize off of your chaotic life. So you have a scenario where your label can put you in a situation that gets you killed. And then you have a scenario where your label waits for you to put yourself in a position where you can get yourself killed, and then they benefit off of it. So you have two things that are going on right there. With Mac Miller, it was no secret that this boy had a fucking drug problem since he was a youngin'.
Yeah. I think one of his songs, he said he started experimenting with, like, drugs when he was 17.
White girl?
Probably.
The cocaine literally is the reason why I feel Mac Miller is no longer here with us today.
Yeah.
Even though he died from fentanyl or some pills that were laced with fentanyl, cocaine was the gateway that allowed him to leave the organic state that he was in. Because after that, then he was wearing the big sunglasses. He was trying to be like A$AP Rocky, rapping over different beats, being more drug component.
Yeah. Kind of lost himself.
Yeah. He went from being the rapper who could rap about anything to being the drug rapper who only rapped about how he felt on drugs.
Yeah. And then, like, you can kind of see his, like his music change, like the later, and it's like, I mean, are you really just making it, or you all right, type shit. Like if you listen to his last, not the posthumous.
There's Swimming, and then there's Closer,
or Circles.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do like Circles, the album. Mm-hmm. I just think that if he was live and he did that album, it would sound a little different. It would be a little more hip hoppy because I feel like it's too Beatles influenced. I don't know if you've seen that the producer that had the job of finishing the album. He did like a interview with Zane Lowe. I think that's his name is for Apple.
Yeah,
he just seems like a fucking creep. Sounds like he was sucking Mac Miller's dick. Like
shit.
He looks like a fucking human rat.
Oh damn.
You know what I'm saying? And he just talks like a fucking psychopath.
Oh really?
Like he was like obsessed with Mac. It's crazy. You should check it out when you have time.
He looks like a rat and he's psycho.
He talks like this, like real, like Mac Miller was such a special guy.
Oh my
He
god.
has a dimple on his cock. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
He seems obsessed with Mac Miller.
Okay. We're gonna shift gears real quick before because this one's getting pretty long, and I like that. But I want to shift gears.
Pause, bro.
Pause. Definitely. Especially after what you were just talking about. But check this out. I want to give you a fire round of questions.
Hit me with it.
Okay.
And mine might not be fire because I gotta think about it.
Okay. And this will just give you a personality test to who you are. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I think a lot of our podcast was us going back and forth on topics and things. Right?
Part 2 coming soon.
Part
somewhere,
2, we can definitely do part 2. We can definitely do our own series. Or both, So, I'm going to ask you 2 things and you pick one.
Oh, shit. Pepsi?
Okay.
No, sure.
Coca-Cola or Pepsi? No,
you got
it. That's always the first one that people fucking choose, right?
It's like the number one.
It's just the first one.
Chips Ahoy or Oreos.
Okay. Let's see. Where are we doing this? Okay. Pop Smoke or Fabio Foreign?
I have to say Pop Smoke because I don't think I've listened to enough
Fabio.
Yeah.
Hey!
But I mean, if you think is it good?
His shit's hard, but he makes the same song over and over again. But
oh shit! So I just gotta listen to one of them.
Yeah, but his shit is like ad libs that are the lyrics.
Oh shit!
His lyrics are ad libs, but they're like sentences.
He's like, it'd be hot. Just mute the vocal track. Leave the ad libs.
He's like, give me the Eddie, I'm laying him down. Hey.
If nobody knows, ad libs are like the backing tracks, like the hype. I mean, I think Migos made that really popular with the Mama.
They had some
that type of shit.
They had some cool ones. They had some okay ones, but Ross had.
Oh shit!
Ross had the
yeah,
and Travis Scott had the lit, and Jeezy had the nigga.
yeah.
Jeezy was the ad lib guy. The first ad lib guy was Jeezy, and he doesn't really get a lot of credit for that. But let's do this: Rick Ross and Jeezy.
I like Ross only because I'm reading his book. You kind of get to know the guy a little bit. I mean, people are gonna say well, wasn't he a police officer or something like that? But it's, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was if he's in that, that fat fool was in that fucking, the police. Right. But I mean, I do like Jeezy. I just think that, I might be able to listen a little bit more Rick than Jeezy, if I play their albums.
Okay.
I don't think I've listened to Jeezy's latest album. Okay. It's like The Recession or some shit like that, part 3 or some shit. I need to.
Well, this fire round,
I'm all slowing down, putting water on the shit.
Wiz Khalifa versus Tyga.
Shit, I think I go Tyga because I'm not a big Wiz fan.
Okay.
I mean, there's a spot where Wiz was really
hitting.
Yeah, really hitting, and then I think he started off pretty good. He had that one Black and Yellow that popped off, and that's right around the time he was what I think he was his golden era, and then I think he went a little commercialized. I haven't listened to his latest stuff,
but he has a good song with Uzi.
Is it good?
Yeah,
and so I think maybe he's getting back to just straight rapping because I feel like he commercialized himself a little bit with Amber Rose, and
he does good at stealing sauce.
You get that sauce still
because he was doing the auto tune.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Trying to keep up with
boys.
Yeah, he keeps up with any auto-tune trend that's going on.
Oh, shit. Shout out to T-Pain.
Because there's always auto-tune trends that go on, and he keeps up with them. So, okay. Chief Keef and Lil Durk.
I'll probably take Chief, the originator.
Okay.
The Mr. 300. Plus, I think my grandpa said his dad's last name was Sosa or some shit.
Oh, that's hard.
So, that's me. Marvin Sosa. Nah, it doesn't have a ring to it.
So no,
right,
Sosa's kind of it's kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
You can't add anything to Sosa. How about this?
Hit me with
Timberland or Swiss Beats?
I like Tim.
Tim's got beats.
Yeah, I do like Swiss's style. You know, with the DMX
His
and
energy
all that
is probably
stuff.
interesting.
It's the energy. Like he has a different. He's always gonna go a different way. So, I mean, Tim too, but Tim is a little bit more like mainstream.
Tim is more closely related to like Manny Fresh.
Yeah, like he's like
I feel like
in like a not a normal like in a box style, but like he's like Swiss is just like he'll use fucking bongos and.
Tim's
game time.
Tim's the same way.
Yeah, fucking Tim.
They're both the same kind of producer, but one's East Coast and one's like Lower East.
And one's like I feel like it's like industrial. Like it has like that style where it's like
Swiss Beats.
Yeah,
Swiss Beats makes warehouse fucking industrial fucking beats.
You get that steel drum over here
because you hear sirens like.
What the fuck?
You could go to a warehouse.
He's with Rudy Mack at the forklift.
What? Rudy Mack's gonna smoke for you, nigga.
No, that's a compliment.
Hey, check it out. He's gonna be looking for both of us, nigga. He should know that it's just love.
1063, baby.
It's just love whenever it comes from us.
Yeah,
but
shout
still,
to Rudy Mack from the back.
We got some clout to give out to some motherfuckers. Wait, you say Rudy Mack from the back? God damn. This podcast is taking a turn. But check this out. Let's keep going on this. Christmas or Halloween?
I would say it's tie because like I like Halloween. I think the Christmas has a little edge because it's not just that one day. It has like the whole, right after Thanksgiving, it's like Christmas. It's but I do like Halloween because I feel like I like the weather better. It's like cold, but it's not too cold.
Okay.
And you got goons and masks. I could go pull off my business. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No.
How about YNW Melly and Post Malone?
I like Post. I like his first album the best. I just like that it's like not too like he might be a sauce seller too, but like I like
he is big time.
Like I like just like the singing style. It's not like just R&B, but it's not country. But there's a little country. I like a little bit of country, a little bit of rock.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of rock.
Maybe I haven't heard of Melly a lot. I haven't like sat down and listened to her. I should put an album on.
He's got some good shit.
Yeah.
Blue Balenciagas. I'm gonna say. Freddy Krueger. I want to say too. He's got a couple of ones. Okay. Big Mac or Whopper?
Ooh.
I had a Whopper today.
I would choose a Whopper. The only thing I don't like about the Whopper is they put a little too much onions up in that bitch.
I take the onions off.
Oh shit! Say no onions, I'll take the Whopper.
See,
Big Mac,
I take the onions off, but I order onion rings with it.
Oh shit! Okay.
Which makes no fucking sense, but I don't give a fuck.
Well, the Big Mac, I think they have too much lettuce.
Okay.
What the fuck is that little third bun? That middle bun? What is that?
The Big Mac?
Yeah. Well, take that little bun out.
What is that shit?
It's like just a filler.
Why?
I don't know. Put some bacon in that shit.
Like I get it. I mean to
make it big.
It was just stupid. It's a visual thing. But
yeah. Fuck that. I'll take the Whopper.
You know what makes it though? The sauce, the Big Mac sauce.
I put the Big Mac sauce on some McChickens.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah,
because this is a thing. You can put it on anything. Yeah. You know what? I wonder what a quarter pounder with cheese would taste like if you just put Mac sauce on it instead of. It'd probably taste like a Big Mac.
Yeah, it probably tastes like a Big Mac. It's the sauce that makes that burger.
Probably just.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. Taco Bell or now I'm on food. Taco Bell or Arby's.
I like Arby's. I'll take Arby's. I like the market fresh sandwiches they got. I'm a roast beef guy, but
well, don't say that too proudly.
Beef curtains.
Yeah,
I'll be hanging on the beef curtains.
Beef curtains. No, I'm just kidding.
Beef blankets. That's what it is. I'll be sleeping in them. Yeah.
Okay. How about Chris Tucker and Dave Chappelle?
Like stand up, or are you talking like movies or
overall?
Jeez, it's kind of like I'll take Chris Tucker any day, movie wise. Stand up, that one in San Francisco, the Chappelle one, is probably my favorite.
Damn, what comedian was I was listening to? Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is funny.
The show. Jamie Foxx was talking about the time, or no? Was it Jamie Foxx? Yeah, the time that he was doing comedy somewhere, and he was doing like some silly shit or whatever, and he thought that he was like the big dog or whatever, and then Chris Tucker showed up.
Oh,
to do
outside, right, or some shit like that.
Yeah. No, well, Chris Tucker showed up. He was gonna do a set, and
Yeah.
I guess he was hungry as fuck, and he terrified Jamie Foxx.
Oh shit!
Because Jamie's like, damn, I'm not as good as I thought I was. Because
Yeah.
look at this hungry ass motherfucker.
Open the door, all you hear is screams or some shit, right? Like laughter.
And you know what? Jamie put the right amount of respect on Chris Tucker's name. I think besides me, with my song Chris Tucker,
Yeah.
there isn't a lot of people who put that respect on Chris Tucker's name, because after a certain period, like Fifth Element, when that movie came out,
Yeah.
like his career was definitely down.
What the fuck is his
Hill.
name in that movie?
I don't remember.
Carson? Colby Carson or some shit? Or
Fifth-
Ruby Man or some shit. That's a good movie. I like that movie.
Chris
It's a little different, but
Well, it's a dystopian, isn't it? It's a futuristic movie.
yeah.
Corbin?
Corbin Dallas? No, that's the other guy.
What's his name?
That's that shit.
What does it say? Chris Tucker.
We're looking it up right now.
Ruby Road? No.
Ruby Road.
That was his name?
Ruby Man.
Wait, no. Corbin meets Ruby Road. Yeah, that's him, right?
Yeah, because Corbin Dallas is Bruce
Or
Willis.
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rod, there you go.
There you go. Okay. The Fifth Element.
Yeah, that's
you know what I hate about this?
What do you hate?
The Fifth Element is a big movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the girl with the red hair, and I remember Bruce, but I just remember them. But what I remember about Chris was how flamboyant they fucking made him.
Like a fucking leopard suit, weird ass fucking haircut with a fucking dick on his head.
You know what that makes me think? That this was his Illuminati humiliation movie.
Oh, he had to do something that he wouldn't normally do.
You know where they talk about putting you in a fucking dress or doing some crazy shit? Some humiliation shit to get you into...
That's fucking Young Thug before Young Thug.
This right here made it okay for Young Thug to one day be himself. Now, this is some crazy shit, though. I didn't really think about how nuts it was that Chris Tucker did that, but he wouldn't do Friday After fucking...
Yeah. He's like, oh, you want to smoke some more weed? Nah, I'm alright.
He's like, the bag isn't right. So let's see how much you made for this movie.
Replace his ass with fucking Mike Epps.
How much did he make? Okay, so the movie made $263.9 million. Okay? And Chris Tucker, okay, how much did Chris
you fast typer.
Tucker make off Fifth Element?
$2 million.
Okay, Tucker later revealed in a comedy sketch that he was paid minimally for Friday, with actors revealing they've only received $5,000 for their participation.
Oh, hell no.
So they don't tell you the Fifth Element, but they'll tell you how much he was paid for. That's crazy. Okay, wait a minute. After massive success of Rush Hour, Tucker negotiated $20 million to appear in the sequel. That's the same as earning $40 million for a single movie in today's dollars.
$20 million just for the sequel?
Yeah,
That's a lot of fucking money.
40. Yeah, that's crazy. How did Chris Tucker earn his money in his? Okay, we're not gonna get into that.
We'll just say $10 million.
10 mil.
Because it was a smaller role.
I don't think they paid him 10 mil for that movie.
Less?
I think that...
He was in there for probably like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Max.
He wasn't the reason that movie was big.
No. It was Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
I don't even know who that redhead was.
So Bruce Willis got the lion's share of that movie. Right?
Yeah,
See, now you got me pulling Google.
What did he make?
How much...
He probably got
did
26 mil.
Bruce Willis make for...
Our podcast listeners are like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, you know what's going on. Google. I heard Elon Musk stepped down or some shit. Or no, it's gonna step down.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. You should call him fucking Jeff Pesos. That's my new rap name. Jeff Pesos. All you want to do is get paid and paid in your a-hole. Yo.
Hey, check it
a-hole.
out. $250 million net worth, right?
Oh, okay.
Let's see, 99 cents.
That's a good one. I like that.
I wrote a song out entitled 6 cents. Totaled at $100 million thanks to its generous cut. Oh, wait. His earnings from 6 cents totaled $100 million.
He probably got that back end pause.
Thanks to a generous cut from the album's gross. Hold on. Bruce Willis made $100 million from 6 cents?
It's a lot of money.
Holy shit, dude! I've never heard of an actor getting that much for a fucking movie.
He said, "Give me 25, and I'll take 10% on the back end."
But that movie was like Signs, where it blew up abnormally.
Yeah,
like
that was Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah, they were like cultural phenomena movies. They really were.
Both M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
fucking Indian.
Both of them were.
I'm just kidding.
Were they both by him?
Yeah. And then The Village. You remember The Village?
Wait, I wonder why. What was the deal with him?
Look into M. Night Shyamalan's creepiness if you're listening.
What was the deal with him coming out and just being so prolific and having all these big movies that made a lot of fucking money?
You know, they said like 100% of his movies are based in Philadelphia.
Really?
Because he's from Philadelphia or Pennsylvania or some shit like that.
So is he some minimalist guy?
He's a weird guy.
So his movies are really just his brain candy.
Yeah,
like
he's a creep.
He literally is just this twisted guy who can, but he fell off.
Yeah. Well, the last movie, do you remember? Is it Mr. Glass?
Mm-hmm.
He made that one. He made
wasn't that the sequel to the
bipolar guy? Splice.
Was it Splice or Split or Split?
Split.
Yeah, Split. Okay.
He made that movie.
Oh.
Yeah, he made.
I'm about to go down a fucking. After you leave, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole.
Check on YouTube. There's a video of him like talking to the crows and shit on I think the set of.
Oh, okay. So he's saying this. That explains.
He's a weird guy.
That explains it. Okay. So we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing down because I know that we've been talking for a good time, and also this is probably one of my favorite pods because
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Everything about this pod specifically just flowed really well. I think we talked about things we would talk about if we were recording or not. Is there anything that you wanna lead the people who are listening to where they can find some beats that you have, your Instagram, or like just plug yourself right now?
Okay, so you can go to thebeats.bandcamp.com.
Say it again. Twice time.
Thebeats.bandcamp.com for instrumentals. There's some that are free. There's a lot of free beat tapes, and then there's some that you can pay. I think $5 is the lowest. $10 is the lowest. But don't be like some of these hype rappers.
Let them know
that
get your shit off, man. Let them know.
Talk crazy on on your songs about having some money and just can't want some cover art or some shit, and it takes 10 years to pay $20 back.
Okay, right before we cut out for the night, I want you to let them know. I want you to let them know why that is so frustrating.
It's just,
producer.
Well, it's like for anybody, it's not just, producer. It could be a rapper. It could be, graphic designer or whatever creative. It takes time to make art or to make something creative, or, even if it's not creative, even if it sucks, you put time into it. And if somebody likes it and asks for it, it's like, don't be afraid to put your number on it, because it's it's your baby, whatever. But don't ask for favors and then be like, oh yeah, you give them a price point and you never fucking pay, and don't be talking on your records. It's you're like the fucking biggest, the biggest guy. You got the most bitches and you're wearing, somebody else's fucking expensive clothes in your videos, but you can't, pay for, your work or whatever, just,
That's right.
Now you're just lying, but that's beside the point. But yeah, at Captain Mars on Twitter, Instagram.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Captain Marvin's saying, pay for your shit.
Yeah, man, pay your dues, pay up, Especially, if you don't want it, don't, whatever it is.
Mars is saying you got to put some fucking respect on producers' names.
And everybody that's creating something, just don't go into life or proceed in life thinking things are free and things are sweet. It's like, be a man of your word or a woman of your word, and just
Do you think it's annoying? Do you think it's annoying that rappers operate off of this imaginary credit system in their head where they feel like they're gonna do something for your name or your reputation by making a really hot song?
Yeah. Well, I think
they're virtually nobody at the point.
Well, I think that if you have a connection with somebody and you want to work with somebody, and it's different. It's like you're telling this person, I'm gonna help you out, you're gonna help me out. But if you tell somebody, hey, it's gonna be $20, and then you say, you trust somebody and say, oh, I got you, and it's like 2 years later, and you have a sob story about fucking whatever.
Well, $20, my nigga.
$20 in 2 years, man.
You mean to tell me that people will
3 years? Fuck it.
Well,
just making up shit.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I think the producers need to have more of a voice and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not well, it is. It's like, you imagine, somebody asks you for a verse, you give them a price, $50, whatever. You lay it down, you never get that $50, and now it's like they're promoting it on their platform, big or small, whatever, and they're just profiting off you, and you're waiting back, and then the next video they're showing is like them like counting some cash that they performed your song at on a show or something. It's like
I think
break some bread.
I think the thing
nothing's free in this life.
The thing that separates the two scenarios, because like you said, if you're working with an artist, it's different than
it's a bond. It's like it's a partnership kind of thing.
I think that separates it is that you have to have your own platform. Like, if a rapper has his own platform and a producer has his own platform, then the collaboration makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of cross-promotion. That's a lot of cross-referencing.
And it's networking. Bottom.
It's cool. It's creating vibes. It's an aesthetic. Look at Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs.
Classic.
You know what I'm saying? Alfredo. Madlib and fucking Freddie Gibbs. There's... even Jay and fucking Kanye.
Yeah.
The idea of two people bringing two flavors of sauce, pause, to the table, mixing it to make a third sauce, pause, super pause.
Where's Baby Bash when you need
it? That's what I'm all about. So that's the kind of relationship me and you have always had. That's why didn't think about it.
What happened?
Oh, never mind. You didn't produce 6 cents. Damn. That was about to come around full circle. No, that was Mozart.
Oh, shout out to Taz anyways.
Shout out to Mozart. But that was going to be full circle because that's what we've been doing all fucking day is full circle. Because Bruce Willis and then the beat. But
Bruce. Who fucking names a kid Bruce?
Right? Or do you think Bruce is the cuck?
He looks like it.
Well, the reason I say that is because when he was, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, man. But when Ashton Kutcher, whatever, what
kind of name is that?
When he was around Demi,
okay,
it seemed like Bruce liked to be around him.
Oh shit! He's like, I want you to see me.
And honestly, he couldn't be a cuck because he's not with Demi. You know,
yeah.
So if he was married to Demi and he was letting Ashton pound, then he'd be a cuck. But being that that's not the scenario, just for comedic sake, I'm throwing it out there. I think that he had a thing for Ashton Kutcher. But shout out to Ashton Kutcher because apparently he is big in this whole like save the children movement and fighting the sex workers. Full circle.
Okay.
Full circle time. Pause because that sounds like something else. Circle jerk time.
Limp Bizkit.
No, but yeah. Okay, so
that's crazy.
So like my man Marv said, man, if you want to check out his beats, you can hit up his SoundCloud or his Bandcamp.
Yeah, and then
yeah. Go ahead.
Tap into Ali Nab too. He's my production partner. Ever since I met Vic, Tory North.
Now you're gonna make it look like I shit on my cousin for not mentioning.
No. I just remember.
He's got his own episode.
I think he wants to. Yeah, I think he wants to do this. So hopefully,
in the future.
You see him and hear from next.
But I love that because you guys are real friends. Yeah. So naturally, that's more important than just you blowing up by yourself. Right?
Yeah.
So Red Shark Gang is the reason why you're here. You guys work together to get further, and you got further. So I have a lot of appreciation for you, man, and I definitely want to have another podcast and want to continue to do a podcast series in the future. We just got to figure out how the algorithm works with life and everything, and then we'll just make it happen. But I'm going to do a sign-off real quick. Thank you to everybody who's been listening to the podcast, man. I really do appreciate it. When I started the podcast, I was just hoping that we could do something that we could continue to do consistently, and it looks like we are going to be able to do so. Fortunately, it looks like I have to get another fucking phone. But I'm going to handle all those things. But in the meantime, in between time, thank you for stepping inside of my mind. Much love to you guys coming live from the Northwest and signing out. Graveyard, Tri-Town Tory, what up?